welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Now I am super excited about this one. I'm always excited about my videos, but this one is a special one because obviously, like I said in my comeback video, Twitch has been a massive part of my life for the past nearly 8 months now, which is just insane. It has gone so fast. And I really want to share more of that on my YouTube channel. So this will be the first of many videos that will be Twitch related. I plan to do a bunch of things, a lot of compilation videos. When I finally put together a channel trailer, I will have that up here. And also videos about how I stream, like more in depth of what I do on the computer and maybe how I set up for a stream, things like that. If there's anything you guys do want to know, make sure you leave a comment down below and I can definitely do it. But today I am just giving you a tour of my setup. And I love my setup. It is beautiful. It has some really good stuff in it. It does the job perfectly, and honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more. Now, if you are looking for more detail about anything that I show you today, I will have it all listed in the description box. I will have the name of everything, the price of everything, and also probably a couple of places where you can buy it all. So don't stress, if something wasn't said in the video, there will be plenty of information down below. So without further ado, I hope you guys love my setup as much as I do, and let's jump straight in. So walking into the room, this is what you see. We're going to ignore this corner because this is my filming corner and my tripod's not actually tall enough, so I use stacks of games to prop it up a little bit more. So I just leave them there because I'm kind of always using them anyway. Then we have my backdrop here. I will go into this in more detail later, but we're going to focus on the PC stuff first. Then we have my clothes rack over here. Looks a little bit messy, hasn't got the nicest stuff on it, but you know, it's just there anyway. And then I've made myself a little YouTube corner. So I've kind of made this desk have two purposes because I was just editing my videos literally on the floor and that was so bad for my back. So I've just got my Mac over here in the corner. You know, I only do one video a week, so I don't need to spend too much time there. And then if you watch my stream, you know why there's hats there. Now here is an overview of my setup. I absolutely love my setup, and in case you couldn't tell, I love RGB. So we may as well start with the biggest item, and that is my gaming chair. This is just from Onyx or Onyx. I don't know how you actually say it. I think I said Onyx and then someone else said 1X, and now I'm just not really sure. So please let me know how you guys think that is pronounced. Mine is just a dark navy blue. I really like it. The original color I did want was turquoise, but we couldn't find it in stock anywhere and ended up finding this at Costco. It wasn't what we went there for, that we thought we might find a gaming chair, and then we found the exact one. So I was pretty happy. This thing is so comfortable. I love this. A lot of people actually take this off, but for me, this helps me sit up straight, and you really need to be sitting up straight when you've been in that chair for 8 hours like I was yesterday. Now, of course, the prices will vary for everything that I'm showing today, but at Costco, this cost me $250. Moving over here, we have my absolutely beautiful headset. I saw this when I was looking for a new one, and as soon as I saw it, I kind of knew that there was no way I was going to get anything else because it's so beautiful. Now, white is definitely not the best. It has gotten dirty already, but you know what? I still have no regrets, and it's such a good quality headset. So this is the HyperX Cloud Mix, and this was a whopping $300, but it is wireless and wired, so it's basically a 2-in-1 headset. If you are ever looking for a headset, HyperX is always the way to go, and they have so many different options and so many varying prices. On to the next item, which, yes, is also from HyperX. It turns out I am a massive fan of their product, and that is my microphone. So this is the Quadcast S, and as you can see, it has RGB, and if you don't know what that is, that it just stands for red, green, blue. So it's literally just colors, and it changes color the entire time. And my favorite part, when you mute it, the light goes off, which for some reason is so satisfying to me. Now, this baby is also not cheap. This was $300, but if you get the one without the RGB, it just has red detailing, that's only $240. So you definitely don't need to spend $300, but I can tell you now it is 100% worth it. Jake actually got this for me for Christmas, and I am so grateful because I definitely had my eye on it. Now, as you can see, my microphone is on a mic arm. I just went with the Rode mic arm because I didn't really know any others. This one is around $140, and I wanted to spend that little bit extra to make sure it could hold up the weight of the microphone, because if you go and get one that's maybe $50, your microphone might not stay up, and that's not really what you want. So I'm happy with this, and I'm happy that I spent a little bit extra, and it works really well. It is a little bit annoying. Sometimes, you'll push it down and it just flings back up. So you've really got to be quite rough with it. But after a while, it gets used to it. Moving down, we have my keyboard. Now, this is nothing special, but it does have RGB. I feel like, do you really have a keyboard if it doesn't change color? This was actually a combo that I got with the mouse because I wasn't too fussed about these items. They didn't need to do anything spectacular. They just need to click and type, and they definitely do the job just fine. And for both of these, it was $99 from the brand Cougar, which is not really a known brand, but if you're looking for affordable items, they're definitely a good one to go for. And I have not had any issues with this keyboard. The only thing is it's not the quietest in the world. It's not mechanical, so it's not really, really loud, but it's also not really, really quiet. So when I'm on the hook in DVD and struggling, it's a bit annoying, especially with my mic just above it. But you know what? We deal with it. It's fine. And again, the mouse does the job, doesn't have that many buttons or anything, but it has enough to get me by. Now, below the mouse, we have my mouse pad. This is also from HyperX. I just grabbed this because it was the first mouse pad I saw, and I wasn't actually using a mouse pad because my old desk, the mouse would run fine on it, but when I went to use my mouse on this, it did not work at all. So I realized I actually had to get a mouse pad because I was just using things like a notebook or just whatever was near me, a box, anything that would make the mouse work. So this was about $25. They had a small, medium, and large one, but there was only the medium one there, so I just grabbed that. I don't need it to be this big, but it is, and it's fine. Moving up to my monitors. I actually love my monitors. I feel like they look like spaceships, kind of like Cylons from Battlestar Galactica, if you have ever seen that. So I'm very happy with these. They were about $200 each. They are 24-inch, which is a fine size for me. You can go up to, I think, like 35-inch or something. You can get super widescreen monitors, but for me, I just needed something simple, something basic. They're also just 75 Hertz. You can get a version of these for about $50 or so more. That's 144 Hertz if you really are fussed about that. But for me, I again have had no issues with these. They are beautiful. I love them, and I highly recommend them. And I did check, and they're also on sale at Scorptech or Centacom for about $160, but full price is around $200. One thing I really like is the super thin bevel, I think it is, whatever the outside of the monitor is, because as you can see, I meet them in the middle here, and there is only a tiny little bit of a border there, so that doesn't really bother me at all. And plus, it's not like you play a game across two monitors anyway, so the middle bit does not really matter. But I feel like if I did want to play a game across two, I could probably get away with it. I wouldn't really be too fussed. I'm also looking at getting a third monitor, and I will probably just get another one of these, or maybe I'll get the 144 Hertz and have that as my middle main monitor. But when I do that, if I do that, I then won't be able to have my little YouTube set up here. So we will have to see what happens. Behind, we have my little ring light. Now this thing is bright as heck. This is the lowest setting, and it still sometimes is a little bit too bright. But that was just from Kmart. That was like $20 maybe, I think. And that thing is an absolute dream. So you definitely don't need to go out and buy a $200-300 ring light. That tiny little guy will absolutely do the trick. Now up here we have one of the most important parts of streaming, and that is my webcam. This was actually one that I just already had lying around. I've looked it up and I believe it is the Logitech C270. Everyone uses one called the C920 or C922. I actually have the C920 right here, and I'm going to test it out again because I have looked at it before and I feel like I had them side by side and my one looked kind of better, but maybe now that I've got different lighting, that one will end up looking better. So I will test those out. This one is about $80 depending where you get it from, and then the C920, which is the one I'm going to test out, the newer one, is around $160. And the C922, I'm not sure, probably maybe 200 or more. Moving down here, we have the Elgato Stream Deck. Now, if you are a streamer, this is an absolute must. I originally was just using my numpad as a Stream Deck because you can set it up to change your scenes and everything with that. But this is now what I use this for. I haven't actually got any of the other buttons hooked up to do anything. I haven't spent enough time on this, but I've got the basics, which this is my just chatting screen. This is when I'm playing a PlayStation game. This is when I'm playing a PC game or the browser. And this, you can't see it, but it does say BRB. Now this is about $260. There is also the XL, which I think is about $350 or $400, and it has a bunch more buttons. But honestly, this size is absolutely perfect. If you're ever looking at anything PC streaming related, Elgato is always a great brand to go for. Moving on to the last couple of items, we have background lighting. Now this can go on the back of the cubes, it can go on the front. I put it on the front, and then someone said it should probably go on the back. And it's kind of too late, so it just stays on the front. But we have a bunch of colors you can change it to. I know this doesn't look great, but I wanted to show it in the dark so you could see how it looked the best, but the camera's not doing it justice. It doesn't do that liney thing when I'm on stream though, thank God. You can also make it strobe, which is quite fun, a bit of a rave party in here. You can make it pulse out from color to white. You can make it just pulse out from white, and you can once again make it rave. Now, LED lights you can get absolutely anywhere. Generally, you will get them off eBay. I just happened to stumble across them in Kmart, which was super exciting because it meant that I had them in my hands that very day. And I think they're about $20 or $25, and honestly, they have worked fine. Half the time, the remotes are a bit of a dud and they don't work, but I have had no issues. And the last set of lights, I have no idea how much these were, but these were from IKEA. I bought them when me and my sister and my mum were living together. We all bought them together, and they were our happy lights. And I was the lucky one to receive them, and honestly, they are probably my favorite part of my background. At some point, I do want to take all of these out. They're currently full of my clothes, and put them somewhere else, probably in another cube unit, and then put more random things in here. But at the same time, it might actually make the background a little bit too busy. So let me know what you guys think. I probably wouldn't add too much extra stuff though. I would just spread all of this out throughout all of the squares. Now, the piece of resistance is my PC. This is what makes all of the magic happen, but there is a lot of specs when it comes to a PC, so I'm just going to have them in the description box down below. You guys just can have a quick look at it here. It is absolutely beautiful and so satisfying to look at. If you're not interested in PCs, this probably is so boring to you. But I do actually have a 3070. Again, if you don't know what that is, this is probably boring. But it is one of the newest graphics cards that is available, and it is an absolute beast. And I mean, just look how pretty that is. I also have my PlayStation controller and the charger for it, and my PlayStation down under there, although it's been getting a bit neglected because I think I am mainly a PC streamer now. So just a final quick look at my setup. I honestly think it is perfect. I don't feel like there's anything else I need to add at this point. And I just absolutely love being in this space. Also, before I forget, the desk is just Alex drawers from IKEA, a tabletop from IKEA, and then 2 of the IKEA legs. And this tabletop is freaking huge. So that is my setup. That is where I spend many hours of my day. It is the space you see behind me. And I did decide to film it in the dark so that all the lights would show up. So I hope that was okay. I hope you could still see everything well enough. I do have quite a new phone, and so I think the camera was pretty good, but I haven't actually looked back at the footage. But I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful for anyone out there who might be looking for any of these things, even if not for streaming, even if maybe just for YouTube, or if you're filming a podcast, or just doing something that involves any of these items. I hope it was helpful. And just remember, you don't have to buy the biggest, the best, the most expensive of anything. The cheapest things will do the job and will get you by, and you've always got to start somewhere. Like I said at the start, if you need any more details, all the information will be in the description box down below, and I hope you're all looking forward to more Twitch content in the future. So make sure you give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe down below if you are new, and of course don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss another video. And I also want to say a quick thank you for you guys being so welcoming with my comeback to YouTube, because my previous 2 videos have done just as well as they usually would do, and you guys have given so much love and I really, really appreciate it, and I just can't wait to create more. So I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.